absolutely beautiful morning here. I hope that you are having a wonderful day or that your day becomes wonderful. That's something we all want, right? To enjoy our time, to have a smile, have a think, feel good. I know that's something that oftentimes I feel I really want. I just want to feel good and enjoy the time I have throughout the day. Simply must. A quick visual descriptor. I have long brown hair, glasses, a blue shirt, silver bracelet, coffee mug in hand. We are here in the gazebo in the public park space with these beautiful trees behind us, the flowing river off in the distance. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. Comforting. I hope you have your coffee, tea, whatever it may be, whatever gets your day going. I have my coffee in hand. Let's have a little sip here before we get going. Mm. So I have a really broad topic to talk about right now, and that is self-acceptance. Self-acceptance is sometimes elusive, sometimes escapes us, sometimes is always on the border of what's capable in our lives, but is just out of reach. That's a shame and a tragedy in life, isn't it? If you're out there right now and you struggle with self-acceptance, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about here. What I mean when I say it is all a bit of tragedy. We struggle to have others accept us, well, not always completely accepting ourselves. It can be very difficult. Measuring the words you say, considering your statements, your phrases, what opinions to voice. No way to live, is it? But so many of us do it all the time, professionally, personally. Sometimes we even monitor ourselves privately, form little edits and checks on our thoughts and our words when we're talking to ourselves. It even occasionally branches up, say, if you keep a journal or a diary where you self censor, self edit, because you're worried about the perception of you. Now, that is a heck of a thing. Or even in our private time, even when it's just us by ourselves, we edit out things that maybe we can't accept, and maybe we're worried that other people can't accept. It can be explosive. And by that, I mean it puts us in a position where we're constantly putting ourselves under an extraordinary amount of unneeded pressure. This pressure has to go somewhere eventually. It can't just build and build and build and build and then dissipate. Something's going to crack, something's going to break, something's going to pop. That's not a place you want to be either. Sometimes we just need to find some place all by ourselves where we can scream or cry or break something so that we don't break. You turn on a sad movie so that you can bawl your eyes out because you can't do that in normal circumstance. You can't just cry when you feel like it's time to cry. And you can't return return commentary to someone when they're rude and almost assaulting upon you. Now, I know this doesn't apply to everyone, but if you're someone who struggles with self acceptance and the ability to really assert yourself, then yeah, you're going to self censor, you're going to self edit, You're going to monitor your own actions. And when someone is abrasive, you're not going to retaliate, which, let's be fair, retaliation isn't always right. However, it is good to be able to confront situations which put your self-image even more on the line. In our education and in our professional lives, depending on the field you're in, this can actually get even worse, even harder, because there are certain aspects of our personalities that we're not supposed to display, or that it's just really looked down upon, frowned upon to display. And that can reinforce that inability to truly accept who we are. How do you deal with it? How do you balance these great scales of life? How do you come to a place where you can accept who you are? Where you can be comfortable within your own skin? I'm going to say one of the things that's actually been extraordinarily helpful for me with finding comfort within my own skin is actually being in front of people. So these live streams do so much for my ability to accept my own mind, my own thoughts, my own opinions, my own perspectives and points of view. It actually helps me realize how common a lot of my perspectives and points of view are, which then gets rid of that fear that they won't be received well. And granted, there are still people out there who aren't going to receive all of my opinions very well. I'm sure that you've seen many live streams or podcasts, or listen to many podcasts or many shows where you don't agree with everything that the person is saying. The fun thing is we don't actually have to agree with everything they're saying, and we don't have to actually see eye to eye with them on everything. That's them. Someone out there, though, right now will see that thing, will hear those words, will be part of some conversation that will resonate. So let's get back, though, to being comfortable in your own skin. You need to find something for yourself where you can freely express. And there's a lot of good ways to do that. You don't have to do what I'm doing now, making live streams, and you don't have to be a content creator making videos or podcasts in order to find comfort with your own opinions. You can do other things. You can join social groups. You can become a member of a club that shares similar interests. You can go ahead and take up tabletop gaming. Tabletop role-playing games are an amazing way to build acceptance of ourselves, oftentimes through that wonderful intermediary of a character that we're playing that our own opinions and perceptions. And there's something going on. But there's other ways to, and I'm going to encourage you to go ahead and find one outlet. Find one outlet. Whether it's recording yourself in videos talking, or making an flow of consciousness journal. Now, you should probably have someone that we're talking to. So if you have someone that you can rely upon, a good friend or a professional colleague, that you feel comfortable relating more of yourself to, do it. It's going to and it's going to make life a whole lot easier for you. And it's going to make self-acceptance a less difficult journey. So these are just my thoughts, my perceptions, and what I think can work for many of you. Give it a shot. Use some of these examples. or just start questioning what about yourself maybe you have a hard time embracing. Identifying those aspects is going to make it easy to conquer them. Now get yourself an extra cup of coffee, tea, whatever it may be. I hope that you have the absolute best day. But before I get going, I'm going to talk to you a couple seconds about Kindle Vella. Now, I recently did a pretty long live discussing what Kindle Vella is and how it works. I recommend you go ahead, watching me now, scroll back through the videos to the video just before this, and check out my last live where I talk about Kindle Vella. It's a serialized episodic publishing platform from Amazon that came out last year, and it's awesome. But on Kindle Vella, I have a new story. Kindly Can We Go? There's going to be a link somewhere nearby. And if you like urban fantasy, and if you like a friendship dynamic within your stories, as well as episodic stories, the kinds of things that are serialized that you can catch an episode a week, a short bit of that larger story, you're really going to like Kindle Vella, and you're really going to like Kindly Can We Go? It has undercurrents of shadows and monsters and magic and mystery. And it also has a well-framed focus on a pair of friends and their dynamic together. If you read it, please make sure to like the episodes, favorite the story, follow it, share it on social media, and please leave a review when you're done with the first few episodes or when you're done with the first episode. It would mean the world to me. But I'm going to wish you the best. I'm going to wish you well. Be excellent, my friends, and I will see you all again very soon. Bye, everybody.